Not today. Ladies and gentlemen, soldiers and scouts, please allow me to happily welcome you to the third episode of Iron Brews. Now, I already know what you're thinking, and that is, for God's sake, will you hurry up and actually show me how to make something? And that was the original plan for today's episode. I was going to happily show you how to make your first easily preparable 40 pints of beer. Unfortunately, due to illness, work, and the whole general life shtick, things have got in the way. I will be unable to show you that this month, but I absolutely promise to you, I will show you how to make beer next month. But I believe that it's quite important, before I show you how to make beer, you understand the fundamentals of it. Now then, I'm sure you're all sitting there going, beer, simple, pour it, drink it, pour it, drink it, pour it, drink it, fall over. Not quite that simple. Well, I'm sure you all happily go down to the local supermarket or off licence, buy a crate of 40 bottles and stagger back home with it. Do you ever stop and think about why they're bottles? Why they're cans? Why they're that shape? Why they're that colour? What's in them? And that is what I'm going to teach you today. Why? Let me enlighten you. Okay then, soldiers, let's start out with how much you're drinking. It might sound simple, but it's quite important, and it's a little bit more complicated than you might think. Say you pop down to your local corner shop and buy 3 of these. Brilliant, 3 pints, nice quiet night in. But have you bought 3 pints? How do you know? Now, in the United Kingdom, 1 pint will get you 568 millilitres worth of beer. Whereas in the United States, where everything is bigger, better, 1 imperial pint will get you 473 millilitres of beer. That's 95 millilitres less. The practical upshot of this is if you're an American and you come over here, you drink 5 pints, you've actually drunk 1 more pint than you would have if you drank 5 pints in America. It's an important thing to think about. This all dates back to the 1824 Weights and Measures Act of the UK, which changed all the numbers around, but that's, to be honest, not really that relevant to this. All you need to know is if you drink here, you drink more. Another thing to consider when you're drinking is the bottle that you're drinking out of, or rather the bottle your beer comes in. Green, clear, brown, what does it matter? Quite a lot, actually. Now you see, your standard beer bottles come in, as I say, brown, clear, and green. They also primarily are either glass or plastic. While of course you do get your wonderful tin cans, I'm not really going to comment on those. Beer, good, high quality beer, should always come in a brown glass bottle. This is for a very simple reason. Ultraviolet light, which is of course all around us, emitted by the sun, taints beer. It breaks down its molecular structure and will cause it to have adverse effects. Brown glass bottles are the single best and most efficient way of filtering out UV light. While of course your clear or your green bottles might look pretty, they might be a trademark symbol, they might allow you to see what colour your beer is. Don't give a damn. If you want a good tasting beer, get it in brown. Now, as I also mentioned, you can also get plastic bottles. The only downside I've ever found with these is their tendency to pressurise. If they over-pressurise, they start to swell. If they swell, it means they've carbonated badly. If they carbonated badly, that means the taste of your beer is completely ruined. Also, most likely your trousers will be ruined when you attempt to open the bottle. Not particularly a good thing. Okay, finally down to the most interesting bit. What your beer looks like, what it smells like, and what it tastes like. Of course, there is a wide variety of beer out there for you to try. There's everything from Indian pale ales, oyster stouts, chocolate stouts, amber ales, and everything possible in between. I've got a small selection here. Handy stuff to keep in your desk. Let's start off with this. Ashes Ale. Definitely not for Aussies. Now this is an easily drinkable, light, hoppy ale. It's nice, it's crisp, it's perfect, it's very, very slightly chilled. Now, for the love of God, please, 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 do not put your beer straight into the fridge and let it get to sub-zero temperatures. You can't taste anything. It makes the whole experience pointless. You might as well drink Budweiser. But a very slightly chilled Indian pale ale or light pale ale is absolutely beautiful. Now, as I said, this is quite a hoppy beer. Should come out a nice golden colour. Well, that one didn't go very well, did it? Let's try another one. Okay, this is Hick's Oyster Stout. Now, an oyster stout is very similar to the more mass-produced, commercially available Guinness. They tend to be a dark, similar to porter. They're very dark, they're very rich. Oyster stout is typically also quite creamy, but again, it's characterised by its dark, almost bitter taste, but they're also smooth. Let's see how this one goes. Again, this isn't going very well for me. Should we move on quickly? Okay, this is Hipsway. Comes from Glasgow. Is actually quite a sweet beer. Should be pale amber, quite light on the tongue. Lots of fruity and hoppy taste. Quite zesty as well. Beautiful, beautiful smell. You can drink a lot of these. A lot of them, and quickly. I love them. At least I love them when they're the right colour and are actually beer. One last try. Pure Ubu, or UBU, an amber ale. As the name suggests, nice, light, or occasionally dark. It's very dependent. Amber ale is a very imprecise term. They can be anything from pale to dark amber, so pretty much anywhere in that spectrum. But UBU is delicious. It's quite malty. Obviously these are all things which are available in England. In the US, you have your own brands, small craft breweries, microbreweries, whatever, but we'll come on to that kind of stuff later. The important thing is the taste, the smell and the colour. A Apparently, Lieutenant Grimm doesn't want me drinking. I can't work under these conditions. See you later, soldiers. I love you, Jack.